to have Casey and Quinn talking to me today about repeal, replace Denver BSL, an issue that's on the ballot in November. Everyone, I'm just going to say this now, vote like your lives depend on it. But let's get to this discussion because I think it affects dog owners and a lot of people have a lot of questions on this issue. So thank you guys for being here. Casey, do you want to introduce yourself and kind of why this issue is so important for you and kind of why you find yourself here and wanting to talk about this?
So my name's Casey. I am the founder of The Gentle Pit. We are a lifestyle brand that supports animal rescue. And we love our pitties at The Gentle Pit, and we advocate for them in an approachable, soft, marketable way, because we really think that they've been done a disservice by the media over the last 30 years. And so our goal is to help change the perception and the image of pitties and portray them as what they are, just like any other dog breed that can be loving, loyal family friends. And so this fight that's happening in Denver right now directly ties into the things that we're fighting for. And I think too that while we're focusing on Denver, because they do have a vote coming up in November, this is not a Denver specific issue. There are over 900 cities in the US that have BSL. And so this is a really important issue that I think any pitty owner and any dog owner really needs to be educated on and help support the fight. So we're glad to be partnering with Replace Denver BSL.
Sweet. Quinn?
Hi, I'm Quinn. I am co-founder of Replace Denver BSL. It's an organization that myself and two other women started about 2.5 years ago. We were new to the Denver area and found out about BSL, and we just felt like it was a cause that we needed to really take the reins on and make a change. So we partnered with Councilman Herndon, created a new ordinance, and have put it through a bunch of votes. But now we are finally on the ballot November 3rd. Vote yes on 2J.
Sweet. And I'm Lauren. I run Woof Republic, and I'm here as a Pitbull ally. I think in talking to Casey for my podcast, I really became exposed to the prejudice against pit bulls, and I don't have one, but I think that as a loving dog owner, I want to advocate pit bulls are the most likely breed to be euthanized within the shelter. So these kind of BSL laws really have an impact on the animals as well as the city. And so I see this conversation as so imperative. So Casey, I'm going to start off with the first question. Can you tell me what a pit bull is or is not?
No. And here's why. The term pit bull, it's like if you go to a grocery store and say, I want an apple. Okay, there's 400 different varieties here. There's Macintosh, Green Apple, Lady Crisp, Red Delicious. It's no different than saying pit bull. Pit bull is a generic term to describe really any stout, blocky-headed dog with short hair. And unfortunately, the media has taken that term pit bull and kind of just willy-nilly applied it to any dog that they see with short hair that has attacked someone, regardless of if it's actually a bully breed or not. So that is something that I think first and foremost anybody should be educated on, that is that pit bull is a blanket term to describe a number of different breeds. So that is why also it becomes problematic when enforcing BSL laws, because there is no standard definition for pit bull.
Yeah, and so it creates almost a blanket kind of statement that block-headed dogs can be discriminated against that is not based off of any truth, essentially.
Yep. Yes, exactly. And, there has been tons of research. So I always recommend, and I know our followers are sick of me saying it, but the book Pitbull by Bronwyn Dickey is a wealth of information on the fact that you cannot visually identify a breed of dog. There's been numerous studies where they take even shelter workers, veterinarians, dog trainers, and they've had them try and identify dogs just visually. And almost all of them get it wrong because, you know, the genetics of bully type breeds have been so diluted here in the US, and most of them are mixes anyway. So I think out of the gate, it's really important to get on the same page with terminology in that pit bull is not a breed.
Yeah, I love that. I even noticed in looking at GIFs to promote this on Instagram, how the Pitbull portrayal was within the GIF library was shocking, and I would also say appalling in terms of that stereotype against that block-headed dog without using the term Pitbull. But let's talk about what's going on within Denver. Quinn, I think, do you want to kind of bring us up to speed in terms of, you know, what's going on, as well as a little bit of an elevator pitch of the history in terms of this, I would say, ban on this BSL ban?
Yeah, what is BSL, Quinn?
Yeah,
tell us.
Let me tell you. BSL is short for breed specific legislation. It is a ban that cities can implement locally, and it discriminates against a specific breed. Usually this is, you know, targeted around dangerous dog breeds. But essentially this can be any breed of dog. It could be your golden retriever. It could be your Chihuahua. It just so happens that in Denver and in most cities, it is pit bull type dogs. Some other common dogs that this gets looped into this ban are Rottweilers or German Shepherds. And it really just discriminates against a specific breed and doesn't take into account owner responsibility. So Denver put this into place in the 80s, so 30 years ago. And there were 2 incidences in Denver. It really kind of was like a nationwide thing that happened in the 80s when this all started, and Denver jumped on the bandwagon to ban pit bull type dogs. Fast forward 30 years, we started this organization 2.5 years ago. We saw the injustice of it and that it does not do anything for your community. It doesn't make it safer. You're spending a lot of money on something that doesn't work. Like Casey said, pit bull is not a breed. It is an umbrella for a lot of breeds. And the way that animal control identifies these dogs is based on eyesight. It's based on looking at a dog and being like, that is a pit bull. And that is not okay. Yeah. Because you can't just identify any dog by how they look, especially all these shelter dogs.
Sorry to interrupt you, but you had a great statistic, I think, about the number of calls that have come in with BSL versus how many were actually pit bulls.
Yes. So animal control, we had a vote in February. Animal control spoke to city council, and they said, and the numbers, we're going to find out exact numbers. We're doing the research right now, going back and looking at the footage, but it was about 2,500 calls per year specifically for pit bull type dogs, and animal control takes all of those calls. They go out and they investigate all of those accusations, and of those calls, 0% were because the dog was being dangerous or vicious. It was just because someone called in and said, I see a pit bull in the area and I know that they're banned. And of those calls, 0% were actually pit bulls. So we're spending a lot of time. Yeah. We're spending a lot of time. We're spending a lot of money on something that doesn't work. We could be using those funds and allocating them elsewhere. We could be doing it for leash laws. We could be doing it for dog-friendly parks.
Spay and neuter.
Yeah, spay and neuter resources like shelters.
A huge one is education. We believe that every owner should be responsible for their dog, no matter the breed. We want to make this a city that is dog-friendly, that has owner responsibility, and not breed discrimination.